Michael is a trader here at, in our group. He's been a long-term trader, options trader. He uses ThinkOrSwim a lot. So people who have ThinkOrSwim questions have run into him a lot. And so go right ahead, Michael.
Thank you, Don. Let me start by saying there are only a few slides here. Secondly, you can read faster than I can talk, so I expect you to read the slide, and maybe I will talk some of the words on it, maybe I won't. Thirdly, I want to give credit to Tom Clark over there in the red shirt, who has been a guru for me and has been a long-term advocate of using journals, and he has given me generously several versions of several journals. And as I say here, I've been around the journal barn several times and have always dropped the ball. So now I need to know, okay, got it, there's the key I need. All right.
Let me just 1 second. Let me show the screen because they may not be able to see this otherwise.
Okay. Secondly, continuing, in my opinion, journaling has these parts, and I will let you read those, and I will move forward. And this presentation will be available. Don will send you a link to it and various things. So that's that. Now, I hope to show some screenshots. And there are two kinds of journals: journals online and journals offline, or spreadsheets, if I could spell correctly. The online journals, most of them have a charge for using them. Some of them, a couple of them do not. And I have not done a comprehensive search for all the online journals there are, nor have I done a comprehensive sense for all the offline journals that you could have. There's an infinitude of those. Okay. Now I want to give a shout out to Zotero, the open source bibliography program. I highly recommend it. It allows you to link from your browser, any web page. You just press a button on your browser after you put in the link to Zotero, and you captured that website URL, and you can annotate it if you wish to. This is an example of an online journal bibliography reference here, and down partway down you can see here at the URL, that's what it's referencing. This can be looked at. This happens to be $170 a year, billed in euros because it's UK or whatever. There's a reference to the one above. Here's a second chart log, and there's a third trade bench. All of these are online journals. They have prices and costs and so forth. You can look them up yourself. Offline journals, bibliography example. Again, here's the URL for it, and all sorts of details. Zotero is very nice. It says, do you want to put a tag on this? Do you want to put an annotation on it? If you like to write an annotation, you can write a blah, 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 lots of stuff. It's up to you. Now, we may show some live spreadsheets if the force is with us, but we may not. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go to these things at the moment, but I'm going to pass by. You will be able to get all of these from the link that Don gives you. And here are the links in detail to this forms, the files that he's already put online. So I won't deal with those much more. The offline spreadsheets, there's just a myriad of them. But the big issues are choosing one to start with that has some analytics that you want or can add to, devising a way to populate it with data from your trading platform. This may be easy to do, it may be difficult to do. It depends on what you use as a trading platform. But the nasty part is creating a crosswalk from what you download to tabs that you want to have take some of the downloaded data and put them where you want it. Now, here's some sort of fields that you may want in your offline spreadsheet. A trade number for keeping opening adjustments and closing trades together. They may not be all together in your original data source because you may have made a trade in SPY, another in SPX, another in NVIDIA or whatever in sequence, but then you closed them or adjusted them at various times and places. You will certainly want a net profit and loss for each trade. You may want a days in trade to keep track of your annualized return or use to feed your annualized return. This is difficult to see probably, but it's the headers for a bunch of fields that you might have in your summary table that you might keep in a separate tab from your data table. Now, the really interesting thing from my point of view is the parsing of the data, the crosswalk between what you can download easily and what you want to keep or display or use for analysis. So I suggest keeping a tab that is a place where you put downloads. And on the left part of that will be a number of fields from records that you download. Then on the right-hand part of your spreadsheet, I think you will have things that you can parse out of that downloaded data or additional fields that you may create from it. And then finally, you may want to have summary data in the top few rows or in a separate tab. We can deal with that maybe later at the moment. Now, I want to tell you a little trick that I recently learned. Some of you may have found it earlier, but TOS or ThinkOrSwim makes it easy to download a trade. And here's a trade string. And as you can see, it's a nasty combination of all sorts of things. The type of trade, the symbol that's being used, the dates, the strikes, and the price that's involved, and the exchange that it was obtained from or traded at. Lots of good data, but difficult. So sometimes you need to process this. Here's what you need to know. There is a function in Excel, there's a function in LibreOffice that is text to columns. And it will take this one field of text, and every place it finds a space, it will create a new field. Now, you may want to do some pre-planning on this because in some stuff that I've downloaded, they have a slash between the 16th of June 23 and the 4th.
Yes, original completed. The South Regional Library will be closing in 40 minutes. If you would like to apply for a library card, please do so at this time. Children who need to call for a home, you go to the information desk and ask for assistance. The study rooms will be closed in 15 minutes and must be vacant at that time. The public computers will shut down automatically at 7:45. Thank you.
As I was saying, between the 16th of June and the 4th of November, between 23 and 04, some of the records have a slash. If you take that out and replace it with a space, the records will be much neater and more ready to use the way you want to. So here's what the parsed columns come out to, the parsed records. I have 4 records up above. I had just 1 record for the string. Here you can see how they line up. It's just beautiful for working with if you can get it to do that. The function is text to columns, but it still needs some work when multiple records do not align vertically, but it's much more usable in the original string. Finito. That's the end of my presentation. Look for slides from Don. Thank you.